Now here's the thing. Now I don't resent my pops at all because he paid for it. Okay, he paid for my schooling, and wow, oh, Sam Hyde's so privileged and lucky, and he's complaining about having his school paid for him. No, I'm trying to help you because you're looking at it and you're saying to yourself, I can take on $250,000 worth of debt. No, you can't. Okay, you don't want that. Now, if you have parents that'll pay for it, I highly advise. It's a luscious behavior to live such a lavish lifestyle. Okay, that's fine, and I'm not complaining. Oh, he thinks that everybody should have college paid for them. White people problems. Like, the comments are straight retarded. This is why I don't even bother reading them anymore, because you're retarded. If you're thinking this right now, you're. I'm trying to save you. I know people who are in their fucking late 30s who have tens of thousands of dollars of student debt. Think about that. Think about being 40 years old and owing $30,000 to your fucking college, dude. Okay? That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. Bing, 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 bing. I was prompted to do this because the person I was talking to, the person in their life who is the strongest influence, who is giving them this advice, who is coming from a authoritative, older, seasoned, wiser perspective, has $60,000 in credit card debt and no savings. And it's a 50-plus-year-old woman who's giving this advice. Okay? Now, if you want to be 50-plus years old with nothing, with negative nothing, if you want to be 50-plus years old in debt and owe the same as a good condition recent model year Porsche Carrera base model 2-wheel drive, okay? Go to a Porsche dealership, look at a 2013, 2014 base model Carrera, look at that car, okay? I'm not saying it's the most well-designed, I don't even like them, okay? But the fit and finish, the build quality, the fact that they hold their value is impressive, okay? Go to a listen, this might be a good thought exercise for you if you're thinking about college right now. Go to a Porsche dealership, ask to see their nicest shit, and then imagine owing that much money to somebody else and not being able to pay for it, okay? If I told you tomorrow that you had to go buy, listen, hey man, tomorrow's a big day, you gotta go buy a Porsche Cayenne in cash, you gotta afford it. Most of you probably wouldn't be able to do that, would you? That's what you're gonna be on the hook for. That fucking sucks. If you want to be that way, take that lady's advice. If you want to be a 50-year-old cat lady with $60,000 in credit card debt, no savings, no nothing, except maybe some jewelry, then take her advice and don't think too much about it. Don't think about it too hard. Just listen to the baby boomer generation, okay? The generation, the first generation to hand off to their offspring less than they were given, okay? The generation of fuck-ups. Fuck-ups. The most prosperous, in all of human history, the most materially prosperous group of people who are fucking... Listen to them. Take their advice, man. They know what they're doing. You know? You got to take on some debt. You got to go ahead and do it. It's just how it is. It's just the way the world works. You know, everybody's got debt. I got, I don't know, $80,000 in credit card debt. I don't know, another $30,000 in student loan debt. It's just how it is, man. You got to live check to check. The most you can ever have in your checking account's $1,200, dude. You got to go do it. So that's what I was thinking. You know, that's not to say you shouldn't take advice or that you shouldn't go to college or whatever. But if you're taking advice, consider the source. And this is the other very important part of what I'm talking about here is, When it's family, they like to. There's so much pressure to. There's so much pressure to turn you into their vision of you. I mean, this happens in relationships. This happens all over the place with human relationships. But I remember very specifically knowing this when I was like 7 years old. My parents put me in a Paddington Bear coat. Okay, look up Paddington Bear coat, and they had me taking horse riding lessons. This is the thing. I think when you're young, you might have. When you're young, you might be able to know this, right? Like when you're young, your instincts, like you just know that someone is like fucking with you, right? When you're a kid. And then as time goes on, you sort of get Stockholm syndrome and you see, you know, how racked your parents are by the mistakes they made. And I'm not talking about mine, I'm talking about specific, you know, generally speaking, I've seen this a lot. People are very sympathetic to the regrets of their parents, even when their parents are just complete shitheads. And I understand that. Okay, maybe that's the way it should be. Whatever, okay? But what happens is over time you let that sympathy, okay, your sympathy for their mistakes, you let it sort of cloud your judgment, I think. And it's hard to say no when you've got an old woman, just she's puffy, okay, she's retaining a lot of water, she looks like me. You can see that she's about to start crying because her entire life, the entire prime mover of her existence is to see you graduate from college, right? So that's hard to say. It's hard to say no to that. It's probably real hard to say no to that. When someone's like, and it's someone who's clothed you and fed you and everything, you know, someone who's sacrificed a great deal for you. I don't mean to discount any of that at all. And they're asking you, just do this one little thing. It's just 4 years. It's not a big deal. But I'm here to tell you that unless your mom is a sharp business lady, don't take a fucking 60-year-old cat lady's advice on anything. Okay? Smile, nod, be polite. Don't get in a fight about it. Okay? Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. You know, I might try that. That sounds great. Yeah. Oh, I will go to Brooks Brothers and get a new suit for my job interview. That sounds great. Oh, it's all about a firm handshake and being nice at the interview. Okay, and I'll wear Brooks Brothers. I'm sure I'll get hired for a lot of money. I'm sure I'll make enough money living in New York City that it will offset the cost of living near New York City. Okay, a nice pair of shoes, of course. Okay, smile and nod. You don't have to fight, all right? You don't have to teach an old dog new tricks. These people boomers do not have the neuroplasticity to do a complete 180, the 360. You did a 360 on me. It's a 180. Okay? Wink to anyone who knows what that's from. Word. But these fucking old fucks don't have the neuroplasticity to understand that the way that they think things should be done is straight. Okay? They just don't have it. You can't. It's like trying to teach a dog to use a computer. All right? These people are. Look at the phones with the jumbo buttons. Okay? That's what you're up against. You know, the phones with the jumbo buttons. That's the sort of worldview that you're thinking about, and it goes like this: college, job. And then there's just a blank on that last part. It's like your offspring, college, job, okay? And maybe that's what you should do. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to college, okay? I'm saying it's such a serious decision. Don't take a fucking old woman's weepy, teary-eyed, pleading with you, everything riding on you advice, okay? Just don't be susceptible to that. And the reason for that is they don't have to pay. She doesn't have to pay if it's a fucked up mistake, okay? Imagine if it's your mom, okay? Imagine if your mom is just holding your hands and she's shaking, she's trembling. She just watched, TV for 3 hours, okay? And she, what's your name? You watching this right now? What's your name? Josh? Nate? Dan? What's your name watching this right now? Huh? Toby. You're probably Toby. We're gonna go with Toby, okay? Toby, I love you. You're my child. I love you so much. I did everything for you. I fed you. I clothed you. The day you were born was the happiest day of my life. Please, just promise me you'll go to hell. Please promise me you'll just go to hell, please. Okay, please. I just need you to go to hell. All right. Some of you would probably do it too. Okay. My mom wants me to go to hell. I got to do the right thing and go to hell. Fuck, man. That's a bad look. Don't go to hell. Yeah, none of you go to hell, okay? Just stay out of hell. Or at least think about whether hell is a decent financial decision. Okay, maybe the career track that you have sort of set up for yourself requires you to go to hell. And if that's the case, hey, this is just my advice. The only thing I'm saying is look at the bringer of advice, okay?